you. So today I'm going to be having a get ready with me with my February BoxyCharm. I resubscribed to BoxyCharm. One of my coworkers has BoxyCharm and she's been getting really good boxes, and I was like, ugh. So here I am back into the consumerism trap. Yeah, now I'm actually considering I'm going to give Ipsy a couple more bags and see how I go through the products, because they're good products. But I'm noticing like my BoxyCharm stuff I use up, or at least I use more frequently, whereas like, yeah, I'm getting small sample sizes. There are products I like, but I'm not using them, so we shall see. I'm also going to try out a couple of new things that I haven't tried on my channel yet, so we'll do that and we'll get going. So this box was the value was $126 or $121, I believe. It's on my Instagram story. So that's pretty good for $22. I was a little disappointed because I didn't get the variation with the, I don't remember the name right now. I can't think of it. Oh, like the Bum Bum Cream, but it's, it was like a coconut one. I didn't get that, but I did get the Pharmacy Clean Bee cleanser. So I'm going to try to use it. I'm a little scared with skincare just because I've been so like clear, and the Cetaphil and then what my dermatologist has prescribed to me has been working really well. So I'm going to try it though, because it is like organic, so it shouldn't be like, I don't know. I don't know if there's like a, there is. But I mean, I don't know, we'll see. I'll try it out. Because it might be a good travel facial cleanser because it's smaller. It is full size, and it's not cheap, obviously. It smells really good. Like, it smells like plant-y, but I mean like in a good way, you know? So that was $22. So yeah. And so I can't use that in the video, but I don't know, I might talk about it in my Instagram eventually. So I did get a primer, so we're gonna start off with that, and it's the Touch and Soul No Problem Primer. I got this in an Ipsy bag. It was tiny though, but I love this primer. It's so good. It's like, actually let me use a facial spray first, just because I haven't moisturized my skin, because I did skincare this morning, but I did skincare this morning, but like that was this morning, and it's like 5 o'clock now, I think. So I'm just taking my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. It's good, but I think with these sprays it comes down to what your favorite like scent is, and I love rose, so I think when I'm finished with this one I'm gonna get the rose. Although this one is really nice in the summer because it's very cooling. The rose one is too, but this is like, it's got the cucumber in it, so it's like really refreshing. Anyways, I'm gonna use the Touch and Soul No Problem Primer. It's like pore smoothing, but it's like almost like a moisturizer consistency, and that's what I like about it. It's not like silicone-y. Like, it has that silicone smell, but it fills in your pores, smooths out your skin, but it goes on feeling like a moisturizer, and that's what I really like about it. And when I want a really smooth, like matte, poreless, long-lasting base, it's the primer I would prefer to go for. However, like most of the time I want like a moisturized, like refreshing base, just purely for comfort, basically. So it's depending on what I'm doing that day, where I'm going, yada yada, but regardless, really good primer. So I don't have a foundation or a concealer in this box, which, that's odd. I don't have my Ipsy yet. I usually get them around the same time. Ipsy. But anyways, my Ipsy one is gonna be pretty good. I think I remember looking at it and going, oh, those are good products, but I can't remember exactly what it is I'm getting. So let's see. I use two different concealers. I use the Maybelline Fit Me to conceal blemishes. I only have one right now. It's right here. I don't know why it occurred, but it's there. And then I use this one for brightening, but I'll talk about it more when I get to it. But I like the Maybelline Fit Me because it's very natural looking, yet still full coverage. It's affordable. All the things I want. So there's a lot of times where I'm like tempted to try high-end concealers, but I just can't justify it when low-end concealers do what I want them to do, so it's just kind of dumb, in my opinion, for me to spend the money on it if the low-end, whatever, drugstore concealers do what I want them to do. So I've used this a couple of times on my Instagram. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. I love this foundation. If you want a good alternative to the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, this is going to give you the same finish. Definitely not the same formula. You can tell it's kind of more liquidy, and it's not a CC cream, so you're not going to get the benefits of a CC cream from it. But the finish it reminds me a lot of the IT Cosmetics CC cream. It's got really great coverage. It's nice and dewy, makes your skin look fresh. I could definitely go a shade darker, but I don't know. I'd rather look lighter than too dark, because I feel like my skin is in one of those in-between phases where like the lightest shade is just a smidgen too light and the second shade up from that is like too orange almost. So I just typically go for the lightest shade. It really depends on the foundation, on like the brand or whatever. Like CoverGirl, it always has to be the lightest shade. I can't go up. It's always too dark. Sometimes the lightest shade is even a little dark on me. Like my Healthy Elixir, I really could go a shade lighter, but they don't have a shade lighter, so. But anyway, this foundation's really great. It just looks beautiful on the skin. It's still like obviously wearing foundation, but it's just it doesn't look too matte, too dewy. It's just a great finish. Definitely worth, you know, wherever you get it from, the price. It's a great drugstore foundation. I highly recommend it. L'Oreal and CoverGirl both make really great drugstore foundations. I like to use high-end foundations too. Honestly, I could use drugstore foundation every day. There's just something about a high-end foundation to me. I don't know. I do use the IT Cosmetics CC cream most of the time for the skincare benefits and the SPF, so that's kind of my main reason for continuing to purchase that. But if you don't care about this stuff and you want a similar finish and you don't want to spend the money, this is the best way to go. So I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer to brighten. I love this concealer. It's one of the few concealer brands that are drugstore that are light enough for me to be able to brighten. So I do really enjoy it. That one and the Catrice Liquid Camouflage works really well. I've just been kind of, I don't know. Honestly, if I had one or the other, I'd be fine. I've just been kind of leaning towards this one, and I keep repurchasing this one, so I don't know. I'm not really sure what the difference is between them. I don't know. I prefer, but I get the supersize one because the regular size one, like, I go through it way too fast. I don't know if either or is cheaper per ounce or anything. I just, for the convenience of not having to repurchase it as often, I buy the bigger one. So I don't have a powder in this box, which probably is a good thing because I really don't stray. Once I find a powder I like the Maybelline Superstay. I used that powder day in, day out for like years. And then I kind of went back to MAC Studio Fix because I use a lot of, MAC Studio Fix in N4. That was my go-to in high school, and then I was like, I got to college and I was poor, so I was using the Maybelline one, which is a really good powder still, I think. I like MAC a lot. That's one of the places where like I'll just buy shit from them because they're MAC. I'll admit it. But it's very nostalgic for me too. It's what I used when I was in high school. I worked a lot in high school and I really didn't have to pay any of my bills except for like my gas, so I was able to afford stuff like that. But then when I got to college and I was like, living is expensive. And now I work full-time again, so I can afford it. But anyway, great powder. Looks like, if I'm using a matte foundation, it really depends, like, because I'll usually use the IT Cosmetics Illumination Foundation if I'm using a matte foundation because it kind of balances out the matteness or whatever. But I typically wear dewy foundations, so this tends to work the best for me, and that's why I continue to use it. So I don't have a contour. because, you know, like I said, it's just it's a Boxy charm. It's not like a new haul or whatever, but, so I'm going to take my Tarte, I've been using this a lot actually, my Tarte's Pro Glow palette, and take this bronzer shade. My mirror's down here, that's why I'm looking down here. And I just kind of lightly contour out this area of my face. The shade's really buildable, and it's, oh, okay, that wasn't, I don't know why that happened, that doesn't usually happen, but it's kind of hard to mess up using it, so that's why it's one of my favorites. Okay, I don't have a blush, and I've been using blush more frequently than I have in the past. I'm not sure what possessed me to do so, but that's what I've been doing. I use the Physicians Formula Butter Blush religiously. It's in the shade Plum Rose. It's just like a natural, very subtle blush. As you can tell, you can't really see it that well on me, but it smells just like the butter bronzer, which I do use quite a bit still. I've just been using that Tarte one pretty frequently for whatever reason. Now I'm going to take the Pretty Vulgar highlight, which I did get in the box. It's a very pretty color, and you know, one of the YouTubers I watch, she's a little bit smaller, and I can't think of her name for the life of me right now, but she was talking about this in her Boxy charm. This brand is odd to me. I have their gel eyeliner, and I love it. Love it. Like, I'm probably going to repurchase it when I run out, which maybe never, because I don't use eyeliner that often. But I've always been a gel eyeliner bitch. That's just me. Like, I don't really like any other eyeliners, but I love their gel eyeliner. It's super, it's great. And that bottle is very luxe and very, like, yeah. But anyways, this packaging, and the same with their eyeshadow palettes, it's just very cheap looking, and yet they're very expensive, and I don't get that. Their products haven't been bad, but they're not like wow to me. Like, that's just how I feel about them. But anyway, the price of the Pretty Vulgar highlight is $32, and I think that's, but at the same time, like, this is a really good amount of product. So I get it, but, like, you know, I don't know. And this is in the shade Shimmering Swan. It's beautiful. It's like a rose gold. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's just, it's really nice, but I don't know. Like, it's not knocking my socks off or anything. It's beautiful. Like, that's a beautiful glow. But I mean, I'm not going to pay $32 for it when I have a Morphe one that is half the price that I was like, okay, Morphe, when I tried it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's nice. I'm going to use it. But would I have bought it on my own? Probably not. Moving on. I don't have any eye stuff. So, like, brows, yada yada. I'm gonna go ahead and take my my e.l.f. brow pencil in the shade Taupe. I'm very low maintenance with my brows. I'm not picky. So I just really I outline them and call it a day. So, like, I don't spend a lot of money on brow products. If I were to get a nice brow product, I'd use it up. Like, I use brow pencils up from subscription boxes all the time. But I go right back to this one. I never really repurchase anything as far as, like, high-end brow products, because, like, this does the job and it's $2. So I'm not super, like, picky about my brows. They have a pretty good shape on their own. I mean, you may not think that. You may think they're ugly as hell, but I like how they look, so it's fine. And then I just take this e.l.f. tinted brow gel to set it, make sure it stays in place. And this is in the shade Light. I don't have any eyeshadow, but I did get a new, this is a highlight, actually. It's a Stila Glitter and Glow highlight. And at first I thought it was just like the, like, you know, like the regular, like the eyeshadows. And then I realized, like, it's just much bigger. Like, this is my Ballet Baby Glitter and Glow shimmer eyeshadow or whatever. And it's, like, a huge difference in size. And I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is, but this is Glitter and Glow Highlighter Illuminator, and this says Magnificent Metal Glitter and Glow. So I guess they're different, but I'm going to use this as an eyeshadow. It seems like it'd be a really, really intense highlight, so, but they're $10 at Nordstrom Rack right now, and they have some really pretty colors, so I just picked up a couple more, actually. Yeah, I love the glitter and glows. I have multiples. Alright, so, but for a base, I haven't used my Anastasia Prism palette in a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, just for shits and gigs. So yeah, I'm going to take, I need a base color, and I don't have that in here. So first I'm going to take my Soft Glam palette, and just take this color right here. This color, Tempera, it comes in most of the Anastasia palettes. But I've hit pan on all of them, so I'm like, maybe I should just get a single, but I'm so back and forth on buying Narvina, because I think I would use it. I do. It's more like, it's the one I don't have, and I kind of collect her palettes, at least the ones that look like this. So, I don't know. I'm like really back and forth between it. And if I buy that, then I don't really need the single shadow, you know what I mean? So, whatever. But anyways, I'm going to take, oh, brush fell. I'm going to take Unity and put that in the crease. And it looks more brown toned, and then you put it on the eye and it's kind of yellowy. But it seems to really contrast with my skin really well. A lot of people were like, what do you do with this palette? But I think this palette is amazing. You can do so many pretty looks with it. I love this palette. It's like the one palette where like it's not hard for me to come up with like a colorful look, where every other colorful palette I look at it and I go, oh my god, what do I do? And now I'm going to take Parallel and just put it in the outer corner, just dark brown. And you gotta go kind of light-handed. I found with like these darker browns, because they're a little bit hard to work with, especially if you're a beginner and you're like, whoa, you know. But like I said, these shadows just look so beautiful by the time they're on. I just, ugh. I find I always blend to this eye so much better. It's like my hand is just not capable of blending over here. So I'm going to take this bigger, fluffier blending brush just to really make it look more seamless. Because it has a lack of pigment on it, so yeah, you get what I mean? Okay, Glitter and Glow Highlight Illuminator in Kitten, and this is like a rose gold. It's so pretty. Yeah, this would be a very intense highlight, I have to say. But I see how it could be as long as you blend it out the right way. Wow, that's gorgeous. This is so pretty. Again, 10 bucks at Nordstrom Rack. And the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks are also 10 bucks at Nordstrom Rack. Like, they've got some poppin' deals going on right now. I highly recommend it. And you can order from online if you don't have a store. That is so gorgeous. What even? Stila, who the fuck do you think you are? And it like blended itself. And it's like it blended itself. I'm amazed. This is so pretty. So we have the big cult favorite, Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara in the box, and obviously I was happy to see that. I love the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I'm a Urban Decay perversion girl myself, but if you're gonna give me this for free, hells yeah. It's just very wet, so you have to be very careful with this formula. Because a lot of people's complaints are like that it gets everywhere, so you just have to be careful when you're applying it. Right, so yeah, great mascara as per usual. It just looks great. Love Better Than Sex. I think it's a beautiful mascara, especially like what it does to your bottom lashes. Like, girl, like you just can't beat it. You just can't beat it. So the last thing, which I was actually really excited about, even though I've never heard of this brand, is Trestique, I think. And it's a primer. So you've got this like lip balm right here, right? Which, oh, that's nice. Which is cool because you can kind of like, you have the primer with you and everything. So you have this little primer, and it's got a decent amount of product in it for how tiny it is down here. And you stick it back in there, and then you have the actual like lip product right here. It's very pretty. I have it swatched on my Instagram. It's Prime and Color Lip Glaze, and this is in the color English Rose, which it's red, so which makes sense. It's a very nice light formula. but it still has a matte look to it somehow, which is really pretty. So it looks very put together, but I don't know how to explain it. I do wish it was a little bit more vivid, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe I don't wish it was more vivid, because this actually like complements my lip shape really well, because what I find with a lot of lipsticks, oops, you can tell now, I struggle to apply them because they just, I don't know if it's my lip shape, I don't know what it is, but it always just looks kind of awkward. It's very, in person, it's kind of like just subtle. Like, I don't know, it's subtle, but in a good way. It's not, I will say, it's not my favorite lip product, but if you're a person who wants a 2-in-1 where you've got the primer that's going to keep the lip on and the color, and it's a good amount of product. I don't want to break it, obviously, but it's a good chunk of product. And it's just an everyday lip, and I think it's a great product. I just prefer something a little bit more, especially with a red. I guess I prefer something a little bit more, like, it's just not my color, I think, but it is pretty. It's a great everyday lip, I think. It's not too bang in your face. I like it. It's just not my cup of tea necessarily, but I will use it. It's very pretty. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Revolution Sport Fix. It's by Makeup Revolution. It's just a priming mist. It's like, actually, the mister, it reminds me of the Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray that I used to always use. It's very fine, very, like, it's great. It's only $8. Highly recommend it. Revolution Sport Fix. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye!
And talk it up like, yeah.